Music can be used to persuade, unsettle, and control. It can be part of statecraft and warcraft, marketing, and religion. It doesn't carry arguments, but it shapes how messages are received and felt. Music can be weaponized as psychological operations, as commercial influence, even as ritual systems. These aren't the same thing, but they rely on the same effect: repetition, rhythm, emotional priming, loss of resistance. In some military prisons, music is used as a weapon of war. Detainees in Guantánamo Bay were exposed to loud, repetitive music for long periods of time, often at night and in isolation. Songs could range from heavy metal to children's songs to just the American national anthem being played at full volume. The goal was not enjoyment, it was to make your ears bleed, to create confusion, sleep deprivation, and emotional breakdown. This method of torture is relying on this same psychological process. Your brain is very sensitive to rhythm and repetition. So loud, inescapable, star-spangled banner strips away your brain's ability to focus on anything and heightens that emotional stress response from the body. So the brain is so overwhelmed, it has no more ability left to regulate the feeling. This is a very dark form of sensory manipulation. It's about using music as a weapon of domination. During the Vietnam War, the US military created Ghost Tape Number 10. This was a scripted mix of eerie sounds, distorted voices, and traditional Vietnamese funeral music. The fact that someone at the CIA cracked open Pro Tools to do this. I'm going to read this verbatim from their own files, CIA. The aim was to frighten enemy soldiers by mimicking the voice of a ghost to warn them to give up and go home. They had nothing on Hanoi Hana. Although their intention was to increase fear and disorientation, the psychological effect was not consistent. Bro, nobody thinks that's a ghost. In commercial settings, music is used as a memory anchor to influence your choice behavior. The most obvious example is jingles. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. These short, repetitive audio stings or hooks that you associate immediately with these products. This technique works because the music is easier to remember than the words. And when a jingle like that is repeated often, it becomes hard to forget. Large brands develop full sound identities, spending a lot of time choosing the tones and the instruments and the pacing that they feel matches their product, whether that's safe, slow, or exciting, thrilling. It's known as sonic branding. Advertising uses music to form emotional links. A familiar song in a car ad transforms the feeling of that song onto the brand. Once that pattern is repeated, it becomes automatic. That's why there's certain jingles, bits of songs that remind you of things, other media. Like I think Irish TV used to use a bit of the chain for F1. And so for a really long time, I couldn't hear that bit of the chain without thinking of my dad. You may not remember the details of the ads. I've no idea who won the Formula One in 1996, but I remember how I felt, and it connects me to another human that I love. And so even now, 20 years later, it is influencing my decisions. How I perceive Formula One, how I perceive Fleetwood Mac, and how I perceive my father.